Hey, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here for another 8-4 Return to Ravnica draft. Open Guild Feud, not even going to consider that one, but we do have good uncommons, so really the only choices here I see for first pick are the Foil Thought Flare or the Street Spasm, and Street Spasm is removal and it doesn't devote me to two colors. So I'm a little more tempted to pick that up over the Thought Flare, but then again, the Thought Flare is foil. Something to keep in mind. Actually, I don't really know. Street Spasm versus Thought Flare, it's kind of tough. I think I am going to go with the Street Spasm over the Thought Flare. I don't want to be stuck in two colors right away, and Street Spasm can have a potentially really strong effect. A board wipe, if you will, one-sided. Thought Flare is insanely strong though, and it generates a lot of card advantage, but I think we gotta go Spasm here. Alright, follow up pick. Well, we can go the Rakdos route, pick the Chainwalker, or we can pick the Lobber Crew, which actually, I mean, Chainwalker versus Lobber Crew. I don't actually know how I feel about that. I feel like I like Lobber Crew more, but I mean, Chainwalker is certainly more impact. What's the strongest card in this pack? I think we should start off by saying Teleportal is pretty strong. I may actually just want to consider the Teleportal, which kind of makes me wish I'd picked the Thought Flare, but see, the advantage of Teleportal is basically reads you win the game if you're playing any sort of creature deck. So I'm a little more tempted to pick Teleportal here, I guess, than the Lobber Crew or the Chainwalker, since it's just the most powerful card in the pack. So I think I'm going to go with Teleportal. Alright, next pick. Strongest card in this pack. Azorius Charm is pretty strong. I like that card quite a bit. All the charms are pretty good, except the Rakdos one, I guess. In Action Injunction, I've kind of got my eye on. I like that one quite a bit. I may just want to pick the Azorius Charm. I mean, Azorius is definitely a good little trifecta guild. And actually, Teleportal works really well with Azorius too, because you play all these like Arresters and Justiciars and like cheap detained creatures that kind of turn into turds mid-game, but Teleportal turns them into legitimate win cons. Like mid-game. Yeah, I think I feel comfortable picking Azorius Charm here over an Action Injunction. I'm cool with that. Keeping our options open. I mean, we're in three colors at the moment, but not necessarily devoted to all of them. Alright, strongest card in this pack. Probably the Healer. Unfortunately, Street Spasm is not very splashable, so if we continue to get cut in red, that may not be an option. I guess the choices here are really Healer versus Griffin versus Judgment. Possibly Predator, but I don't know about Predator here. I may just want to take the Healer. Might seem strange after we're getting all these colors, but Selesnya, Azorius is a tribe or a guild, and is it Azorius? So we're just sort of we're keeping ourselves open here, just sort of like ready to dive into something when we see fit. All right, now it's Knightly Valor versus Electromancer. I like Knightly Valor quite a bit. It actually works really well with Teleportal too, and or Healer. I mean, you can't really do Healer Teleportal too often unless you're able to pull off four color somehow. So really, I'm just going to go either Electromancer or Knightly Valor here. And I have to admit, I'm a little more tempted to pick the Electromancer. Although Knightly Valor is more likely to make the cut. I don't know why exactly, I guess just because it's one color, but I like Electromancer a lot. I think I'm going to take it. Makes Street Spasm way better too. Okay, so the choice is we could go Axebane, try stretching our mana base a little bit more, Otherwise we take Dispel, or is it Key Rune? Key Rune makes splashing a little bit easier. Dispel is usually pretty damn useful. This is the worst Key Rune too. It still ramps though, and it fixes. I think I'm gonna go Key Rune here. Yeah, I'm cool with that. So I'm trying to make Is It work. Azorius Key Rune versus Rune Wing. I think we go another Key Rune here. I'm actually cool with picking them both up, especially since I'd like to make both those colors work. Okay, now it's Fencing Ace versus Azorius Guildgate, or Cancel, I guess too. Cancel is actually quite good with Electromancer. Let's see. Guildgate's gonna help fixing. Fencing Ace works well with Teleportal. Potentially with any pump spells I may or may not get. I think I'm just going to go with the Guildgate here. Fencing Ace is very good though. Staticaster versus another Guildgate. I think I like Staticaster here. It can do a lot of work actually. It can clean up X1s all day. Actually, Staticaster's just sort of grown on me. I feel like it's become more useful. Plus it cuts Is It for us a little bit. I mean, Backlash was also in there, but Backlash tends to go pretty late. So I guess we'll take it here. And yeah, this looks like a good opportunity to pick up Rootborn. It's not very good right now. It's not very good looking right now, but still fine. Alright, so Tower Drake versus Avenging Arrow. Let's pick up a creature. I don't really like Tower Drake all that much, but it's evasive. It's playable. Alright, Sundering Growth for sideboard if we go any deeper white. So how are we right now? We're not great. I mean, we actually have a couple powerful spells. We have the Teleportal and the Street Spasm still, both of which I'd like to play. And those are actually both pretty strong cards. The Charm is very good. We've got some Key Runes. Our Fixing is good. That's the good news. Ooh. Well, Impact or Electromancer would be the first pick, but I'm going to go with Value here. So, yeah. Value. 3 tickets. I still don't think we're going to be making green work. It's more likely we're going to be, well, more value all day. Otherwise, if this wasn't here, I would take Is It Charm or Void Wielder. But I'm going to take Hallowed Fountain instead, which is actually playable in our deck. So that's the good news. Alright. Picks here: Explosive Impact, Dramatic Rescue, Elocutors. That's about it. Impact is pretty strong. I feel like I want another creature. How do I feel about Elocutors in this deck? Not bad. He's okay. He's not great. He's a rare. I feel like I'm actually kind of good on removal. Plus I can stick him on turn 4 with a Key Rune. Impact is very good though. He's a great blocker too though, and we look like we want to buy some time to get our powerful effects online. Yeah, I guess I'll go Elocutors here. I'm not sure if that's correct. Alright. I guess we go Steam Vents, since it's actually playable in our deck. And it's worth value. So once again, walking away 9 tickets at the very worst here. Okay, Hussar Patrol versus Knightly Valor. I think I want the Valor here. Actually, Stealer's not bad either. It's another 3-drop creature. I think I'm going to hide this healer for now. So, Stealer, Patrol, Knightly Valor. I think I like... I mean, I am low on creatures, but Valor is quite a strong card, so kind of tempted to pick it here. Stealer's good with the Teleportal, but it would also be good if I had any Pursuit of Flights, which I don't. I guess I'll go Valor. I think that card's actually pretty strong. Oh, wow. Alright, well, pretty easily going Thought Flare here. Over Eyes in the Skies, Armory Guard, and Trust Annie's Judgment. Comfortable with that. Thought Flare always goes so late, it's so strange. Alright, is it Guildgate versus Cancel? Batterhorn 2. We only have 4 creatures at the moment. It's pretty bad. We're already in our second pack. Another 5-drop creature though, how do I feel about that? Or Bellows Lizard. Not really digging it. I guess key runes are kind of creatures, but not really. I don't particularly need the Guildgate though. Not with this fixing. I mean, if you hide this, I've got like phenomenal fixing already. I think I'm going to go Batterhorn. Might be wrong, but I need to pick up some more win conditions. I think I'm actually going to pick Courser's Accord here. I do have that Temple Garden, and I can probably make 4-color work somehow. Plus, this gets cheaper with Electromancer, and I've never done that before. And there's another Electromancer, so happy to take that. Surprised it tabled, actually. I guess we go Courier in case we're short on creatures. So it's good. We're picking up some late creatures here. How many multicolor spells we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Another Courser's Accord may be in order here, though. With the double Electromancer, it's kind of appealing to me. Yeah, I guess I'll go Accord over the Pyroconvergence. That might be wrong, too. Excuse me. Follow the Gavel here easily. Pretty good with Electromancer. That's probably making main deck. Street Sweeper over Predation, I guess. Alright. So we actually look okay. I probably will end up splashing green. So I'm valuing creatures fairly high here in pack 3. Hey. Well, yeah, that is certainly a creature. Yeah, I mean, that's easily the pick. There's nothing else here that's like even really that appealing to us, so awesome. Happy to get that. Okay. Augur Spree, do the full 5-color? No, I don't think so. Eyes in the Skies actually looks pretty good here with Electromancers. I'm liking that. Otherwise it's Keening Apparition, but I'm not particularly feeling that. How many? I don't have that many enchantments. Just the Knightly Valor. Yeah, I guess we go Eyes in the Skies here. It's quite good with Fall of the Gavel, and if I had any cancels or anything, it would be good too. Pretty good with the Azorius Charm still. It's just nice to leave your mana open. Leave your mana open and still get some value. Well, pretty easy martial law pick here. Ooh, actually Frostburn weird too. Ouchies. We are short on creatures. Pursuit. No, it's Frostburn weird or martial law. I think we got to go deep with this martial law. I don't know how we can resist. Just too appealing. Key Rune versus Judgment. Triple Key Rune might be a little too clunky. I mean, it does fix our green splash though, which is pretty important for the double Courser's Accord, which I think we're actually going to have to end up playing here. Possibly not, but I'm pretty sure we're going to end up playing it. Triple Key Rune? It's pretty awkward, but so is getting another 6-drop, honestly. I guess I'll go Key Rune. This is weird. This is a really bizarre deck. Okay. Security Blockade, Cancel, Runewing, Tower Drake, Guildgate. Guildgate, it's going to make the green splash easier. We also have the Temple Garden. I think we're going deep 4-color, honestly. This is craziness, I know, but Security Blockade, though, works with the Eyes in the Skies and the Rootborn defenses. prevents some damage. Guildgate's going to make the green splash easier. Guess that's kind of tough. Do need some more creatures. I mean, you have to count these as creatures too. I have to keep that in mind. I guess I'll go Guildgate. I mean, let's just make our fixing... At this point, our fixing is phenomenal, so I don't need to worry about it anymore. Our fixing is just, like, perfect. Alright, another Tower Drake, which they're pretty turdy. Could go Trust Annie's Judgment. It gets cheaper with the Electromancers, which is relevant, so I guess I'll do that. My deck's a little bit 6-drop heavy, but I don't think we're playing a Street Sweeper. I'll tell you that right now. Okay, I mean, I'd like to take the Gatecreeper Vine, but I don't see that as being realistic because it's the splash color. So I guess I'd rather take the Sentry here. Just pick up another 3-drop creature that trades with stuff. Imposter, what do I have for value with that? Like nothing. I don't have like any value with this Fairy Imposter. So I guess I take Courier or Dynacharge. Dynacharge is not looking great. I've got 10, 11, 12 creatures, really? Even though it says 9. Courier's just so turdy. I guess I'll take it though. I'm just kind of, wow, tabled Axebane. That's like really surprising. I think I'm just going to cut someone else off of that. I don't really see myself playing it. Another one too. I don't think I'm going to be able to make it work, but I'll try it. I'm going to take it. I don't really like Axebane on the splash. The whole point of Axebane is it like fixes your splashes, but at this point I'm like, you know, 4-color nonsense. I don't even know what I'm planning to do with this deck yet. I got to think about it. Tenement Crasher. Let's just take the Survey for sideboard. Horncaller's Chant also gets cheaper with Electromancer. Yeah, I guess that's reasonable. Alright, so we've got a strange deck, and I have to come up with some sort of strategy of how I'm going to make this work. Okay, so, I mean, Street Spasm is insane with Axebane Guardians. It's also very good with our key runes, but for now, let's just bring in everything that I'd like to play. Or everything I'm considering playing, I guess. I mean, I'm pretty hard up for creatures in this deck. I mean, the good news is our fixing is phenomenally good. Probably the best fixing I've had in any of my decks that I can think of. So let's just take a look at this. This is 24. You know, actually this isn't that bad. It's actually pretty good. I'm not really digging the Couriers, but we're like low on creatures, so I actually need something early. I don't know about the Teleportal in this deck, just because we're so short on creatures. Centaur Healer is probably fine. We've got the Temple Garden, Guildgate, and the Key Rune. Plus I can toss in probably one Forest. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. Alright. Yeah, this deck's interesting. My mana base, I'm gonna have to do some real good math on this one to make sure. I should probably run 17 lands. I mean, I'm doing 4 colors, so let's cut 1 card. I guess I'll cut 1 Courier just because I'm so unimpressed with it. It's just gonna be necessary in case someone gets a fast start on us, like Rakdos or something. I mean, do I want to make the Axebanes work? What are my mana sinks? Niv Mizzet's a good one. Street Spasm's a good one. Follow the Gavel I could make work. I've got some good in-game stuff. I mean, Axebane is actually reasonable here. Just not sure it's what I want to do. I think because my fixing is so good, I probably don't have to do Axebane. But then again, would I rather just dirtle a little bit more? Like cut the courier, bring in Axebane. I mean, they're my only defenders too, right? I have to keep that in mind. Alright, I guess I don't play them. Green is still my splash color, so I'm just gonna try and focus on my other three colors, and then I can just splash the green with a Temple Garden, a Selesnya Guildgate, the Selesnya Key Rune, and one Forest. So I have 4 green sources for 3 cards. Yeah. That sounds more reasonable to me than trying to splash Axebane. Axebane would actually be useful in this deck, but I don't have enough defenders to support it, and I think it's probably ultimately unnecessary. Alright, so let's bring in our fixing, our awesome, amazing fixing. 5 of our lands are sweet, awesome fixing. Alright, so 2 blue-white. I've got 4 sources of white already. I guess I have to pile by color, don't I? I gotta take a look at this. Alright, so we're mostly... Well, I'm gonna have to look at my stats, because that's just a mess. Alright, so mostly white, then blue, then red, and just a little bit of green. Okay, so... I want a pretty even split, I think, amongst blue, red, and white. And then just a tad bit of green. Okay. So if I were to add 1 forest, let's see what they suggest. 4-4-3-1. It's not bad. So if I did this, there's 8 sources of white, 6 sources of blue. It's only 4 sources of red. I don't like that. I want to stick these early. So I guess I got to lower plains up this. That's 5 sources of red. Alright, if I do it like this, 6 sources of red, 6 sources of blue, 6 sources of white. It's a little bit awkward. But I really do want to stick these Electromancers early. It looks like most of my early game is blue and red. Right? There is some white too, though. This is challenging. This is a very challenging mana base. 6 sources of white, 6 sources of blue, 6 sources of red. Just like plenty of... This is like... Even with all this fixing, this is a semi-greedy mana base, I'm not gonna lie. This is crazy. Yeah, I guess we're gonna go for this. This is the strangest mana base I've ever had in a draft pool, but I think I can actually make this work, so... Alright, on to round 1. I'll see you in a second.